out each other's for once.
Doesn't surprise me. I get the feeling this guy's not the talkative type. Probably can't even feel pain anymore with all that gear.
Maybe, but Burke doesn't fuck around. Neither do his boys. Once they get the prisoner in detention, he'll spill his guts or they'll spill them for him.
I'm not sure about that. This one's not like our usual unlawful belligerents. Did you hear how it went down when they found him? It took 8 guys. Plus, I was upstairs and I saw the equipment they took off him. And what about those augments?
Well, it's none of your business who he is. You just have to guard him until the transfer. And by the way, watch yourself. If you go and choke on unlawful belligerents like you just did in front of the wrong guy, you might join him in lockup. So shut up and keep watch.
Access granted.
Is anyone there?
Patrol to Charlie. Anomalous reading in Sector D6. Monitor.
Jesus, what is it now? We just got here. Now we gotta move?
You'd rather keep standing in an empty passageway? At least this gives us something to do. Come on.
Great. Nothing to do here but watch for rats. Shit, I can't wait till we deploy for Oz. This boring watch duty is killing me.
Stop complaining. After a couple months in the Outback, you'll be desperate for boring watch duty.
Doubtful. I'm itching for some action. I would have loved to have been on board when they found that guy. Sounds like a hard ass.
Docking
Enough
bay
that got Commander Tagnik'Zur
confirmed.
to fly out here. And Burke. Now there's a hard ass.
Yeah, glad I don't have to deal with him too often. Those eyes? Shit. I'll be glad to get out of here for a while.
Beginning final approach to Rifleman Bank Station. Aft and bow thrusters full back. Thrusters full back, slowing to 5 knots. control confirmed. Holding for dog confirmation. Thrusters fall back, slowing to 5 knots. Adjusting main ballast tanks. Dropping draft 2 meters. Clear landing pad for liftoff. Rifleman bank station control confirmed. Holding for dog confirmation. Thrusters fall back, slowing to 5 knots. Clear landing pad for liftoff. Rifleman bank station control confirmed.
Pritchard, is that you?
I'm unlocking the door to the...
You're breaking up.
Fine, I see.
Pritchard, is that you? You?
I'm unlocking the door to the...
You're breaking up.
Fine, I see.
Holding for dog confirmation. Thrusters fall back, slowing to 5 knots. Warning. Unstable load detected. Stasis pod failure imminent. Manual re-initiation of stasis pod life support needed. Stasis pod O2 saturation levels decreasing.
Wasn't soon enough for Bert. Bastard couldn't wait the couple hours we held position. Had to fly out and see the stowaway for himself. And bring Piper.
I don't think it was his choice. I'll bet she had to talk pretty hard to be included. Base commander or not, she doesn't carry much weight with Bert in his spec.
Well, I hope she learned what she needed to down in the hold, because once Bert gets this joker in detention, no one will be hearing from him anytime soon.
Good. I was there when we found him. Took out 5 guys before we could subdue him. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. At least we're finally locking up someone who deserves it.
Hey, watch what you're saying. We do not talk about the detainees. You know that. Shut up.
CIC laser array active? We've got to make sure everything's by the book from now on.
Affirmative. Everything seems to be in order. The CIC is secure.
Good. I'm sure there's going to be a security procedures analysis once we dock. Command won't be happy about the breach.
Listen, the automated systems were activated. They detected a stowaway and we detained him. Simple. There's no security concern on this ship.
I think the concern is over who this guy is and what he's doing here. He sure didn't look like any pirate I've ever seen.
That's above our pay grade. Let the big heads discuss that. What are you doing here?
thrusters to 1/3.
Equator to 12 south between 90 and 142, and southward to coast. Occasional rain. Visibility moderate or poor. Sea fog warning. Delta Echo November. Southwest gale 8 to storm 10, veering west. Severe gale 9 to violent storm 11. Rain, then squally showers. Poor becoming moderate.
Pritchard,
Francis Pritchard isn't going to be hearing you anytime soon, Bratan. Cotonou is close to the base. He's jamming away.
who the hell are you?
Someone who's gone to a lot of trouble to make your escape look like accident. So far, your skill at playing the ghost is working in our favor. But it's only a matter of time before those Rodi realize you slipped a break. Get to the aft cargo bay. Find the sally port there and enter it. You're going to encounter more resistance. But the longer you stay undetected, the better off your future will be.
X-ray 9er, north 7 to severe gale 9. Heavy storms, good visibility becoming poor and showers, moderate icing.
Stabilizing fins deployed.
Unsettled weather affecting
Roll
Thailand and
to
Strait of
acceptable
Everything's
values.
IC's forecast for mid-area 1011. Southeast veering southwest. Thundery
Access
showers,
granted.
Moderate to good visibility, occasionally poor. Equator to 12 south between 90 and 142, and southward to coast. Occasional rain. Visibility moderate or poor.
Bank
Sea
station
fog warning.
bearing R337.5 relative.
Delta Echo November. Southwest gale 8 to storm 10, veering west. Severe gale 9 to violent storm 11. Rain, then squally showers. Poor becoming moderate. X-ray 9er, north 7 to severe gale 9. Heavy storms, good visibility becoming poor and showers, moderate ice.
Stabilizing fins deployed. Roll reduced to acceptable
Weather
values.
affecting Thailand and Strait
Initiating. Docking approach.
Equator to 12 south between 90 and 142 and south.
Starboard bow thrusters to 1/3.
X-ray 9er, north 7 to severe gale 9. Heavy storms, good visibility becoming poor and showers, moderate icing. Unsettled weather affecting Thailand and Strait of Malacca. Expect scattered squally showers and thunderstorms.
Rifleman bank station bearing R337.5
Access granted.
IC's
relative.
forecast for mid-area 1011. Southeast veering southwest. Thundery showers, moderate to good visibility, occasionally poor. south between 90 and 142 and southward to coast. Occasional rain. Visibility moderate or poor. Sea fog warning.
Initiating docking approach.
Delta Echo November. Southwest gale 8 to storm 10, veering west. Severe gale 9 to violent storm 11. Rain, then squally showers, poor becoming moderate. X-ray 9.
Stabilizing fins deployed. Roll reduced to acceptable values.
Delta Echo November.
Access grant.
Docking bay confirmed.
Access granted.
Securing bay doors. All personnel prepare for unloading. Aft and bow thrusters full back. Beginning final approach to Rifleman Bank Station. Securing bay doors. All personnel prepare for unloading. Aft and bow thrusters full back. Docking bay confirmed. Securing bay doors. All personnel prepare for unloading.
How much longer is it going to be? Can't wait to get off this tug.
Hey, we're not done once it's docked. It'll take a few hours to unload the cargo, then we'll be loading any transfers that have to go out.
Great. Then they'll probably want to debrief everyone about the guy we found. It'll be a miracle if we get 15 minutes to ourselves before having to set out again.
Not me. I've got leave.
Beginning final
2
approach
weeks
to
tomorrow.
Rifleman Bank Station.
Take the chopper out and head for the beach.
Lucky bastard. You'll be out of the line of fire. I have a feeling base is going to be tense for a while. Keitner and Burke are going to butt heads over this prisoner.
Aft and bow thrusters full back. Securing bay doors. All personnel prepare for unloading. Docking bay confirmed. Beginning final approach to Rifleman Bank Station. Bow thrusters full back.
We came from around here.
Docking bay confirmed.
Jesus, don't you ever wonder what they're doing with all these people?
These people were terrorists and war criminals, of course. All we're doing is locking them up so they don't kill innocent civilians. I don't feel sorry for any of them.
Really? So what's all this bullshit about calling them unlawful belligerents? What does that even mean? Sounds like a made-up term to cover our asses.
What it means is you keep your mouth shut and you do
Securing
what you're
bay
ordered to do.
doors. All personnel prepare for
If you had
unloading.
any brains, you'd do the same, unless you want to join the popsicles at Burke's detention wing.
Beginning final approach to Rifleman Bank Station. Thrusters full back.
Access granted.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject not recognized.
You're quite the ghost, bratan. Let's see if I can keep it that way.
So, you're a hacker.
There's a maintenance tunnel in loading bay 1. Access through a floor panel. Get inside. Follow the cables. And try not to kill the person inside.
Access granted.
check out the administration wing?
Negative. We don't have access via this dock anyway. Top security clearance only. You need to take a leak, you'll have to take the long way around.
Oh, you're a goddamn riot. That sounds like another Dock 3 security protocol. I bet those special op assholes have clearance, right?
Dunno. Most of them probably don't need to use the washroom like we do anyway. All they need is the occasional oil change.
I guess spending all that time in the Australian Dust Bowl really gums up their gears. Boxguards heading out with the next shipment?
I don't know. I haven't seen the requisition. I don't even know where the Zhu's making port next. If it's the OZ, it'll be loaded with the boxes, I guess.
And the weapon parts. Kills me how they ship some of them disassembled like that.
Makes it harder to smuggle. Come on, back to patrol.
Civilian contractors must stay within designated areas. Entering restricted areas will result in termination and prosecution.
Access granted.
to Security Central for biometric scan.
Access granted.
What's that? If anyone's here, come out now! There. If anyone's here, come out now! I think you're
rescinded. New flight schedules will be distributed as soon as possible. Civilian contractors must stay within designated areas. Entering restricted areas will result in termination and prosecution. advised. New personnel should report to Security Central for biometric scan. Cargo crew to Sector Alpha. Cargo crew to Alpha. Security credentials must be carried at all times. You may be asked to produce said credentials by security personnel. Please comply.
Any word on when that shipment of mobile turrets is going on to the OZ Theater? They've been out there gathering dust for a while now.
No word yet. Have you seen them in the field, though? Very impressive. Still takes 2 or 3 guys to move them. Mobile is mobile.
I saw some footage.
Be advised. New personnel should report to Security Central for biometric scan.
You seem they won't lead us at all. So one guy at Central gave orders.
They'll always need someone to go out and die for a cause. If only to rile up the civics.
Civilian contractors must stay within designated areas. Entering restricted areas will result in termination and prosecution.
You hear someone jumping around over there? I was sure there was something here. Looks okay.
All grounding orders have been rescinded. New flight schedules will be distributed as... Cargo crew to Sector Alpha. Cargo crew to Alpha. should report to Security Central for biometric scan. Contractors must stay within designated areas. Entering restricted areas will result in termination and prosecution.
That's far enough, Jensen.
You're behind this?
I said that's far enough. I can explain everything if you just stay where you are.
Why don't you put the gun down? Then maybe we can talk.
You think I'm stupid? You've got every reason in the world to hate me, and I've heard what you do to your enemies. Tell me, did you enjoy putting so many BT contractors into comas?
You're the one who let me off the leash.
It wasn't my choice. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to get us both killed before this is over. But if we'd left you in that brig, who'd be around to save your Dr. Reed?
What do you know about Megan?
I know the name set off way too many bells and whistles when I added it to Burke's profile search on you. but it helped me to figure out who you are and why you stowed away on the ship. You think Bell Tower kidnapped her, don't you?
You want to tell me you didn't?
I wish I could. But after what I've seen this past year, all I know for certain is she's not on the base. Not anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
Not what you're thinking. Listen, Rifleman Bank Station supports all Bell Tower operations in this region, Jensen. Regular contract and special op. 6 months ago, I received orders to pull every regular grade soldier and civilian contractor away from the airstrip. 2 Black Hawk helicopters set down minutes later. I thought it had to do with Australia, especially when I saw covered stretchers coming out.
How many?
5. Guarded by a heavily augmented special ops team. Burke went out to meet the leader and the whole group disappeared inside the detention camp. There's some kind of black project going on in there, Jensen. Something involving prisoners and scientists. And I need you to find out what it is.
I'm gonna need more information than that. Tell me about this black project.
I wish I could, but it's been classified. So classified every BT suit I've talked to refuses to even acknowledge its existence.
But you've seen something.
Only the edges. This station is part base, part military stockade, and every week a new shipment of belligerents arrives. Only, Interpol says they're not on anyone's terrorist watch list. Most are just civs. Harmless civs. Burke takes them into a restricted wing of the detention camp and they just disappear.
Tell me more about these scientists.
Technically, I'm in charge of operations here, so I keep tabs on people coming in and out. Burke keeps meeting with doctors and researchers, telling me it's part of his interrogation technique.
You got any names?
None that I trust, unless the Doe family suddenly expanded into Australia and Asia. Thing is, I don't always see how they leave.
Yet you're sure that Megan did.
The Black Hawks did. Without the stretchers, but loaded with 5 stasis pods this time.
Why me, Keitner? That is your name, isn't it? The one Burke used back on the ship?
Natanya Keitner, yes. And it has to be you, because any movements I make are noted and logged. I can't risk blowing cover.
Cover? Who are you working for?
A few months ago, an Interpol agent approached me. They've had Bell Tower on their radar for some time, but they've never been able to prove anything. The things that agent pointed out about this base, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. So you see, Jensen, I really am playing the good cop and the bad cop.
Fine. What do you need me to do?
Hold still for a second.
What the?
Relax. I'm just compiling your biometric signature. Retinal scan, pulmonary and vascular imaging, the works. Once I upload it to the network and give Corporal Alan Tyler a security rating, you'll be able to pass through specific checkpoints in this sector.
Only this sector? Why not others?
Because you're a fugitive, Jensen. The less room I give you to maneuver in, the more likely it is you'll stay one. I can get you into the detention camp, but the interrogation wing is going to be a problem. Only Burke can give clearances for that.
And I assume you don't want me to go ask for one.
Still the comedian. There's a security mainframe inside the detention camp's central command tower. You'll need to upload this copy of your biometrics there by hand. Contact me using your infolink once you do. Any more questions?
I could use some more hardware. Any chance Corporal Tyler will have access to the armory?
You're still a fugitive, Jensen. I suggest you keep a very low profile. Still, there is someone who might be able to supply you. One of the base mechanics, a civilian named Quinn. He runs a nice sideline in procurement.
I know the type. Why should I trust him?
Because I do, and because he has no love for Burke. He's in the lower level maintenance area near the elevator. He'll get you what you need.
The guards in the prison complex. Are they Burke's men or yours?
Definitely Burke's. Highly trained, special operatives. So if you start a firefight in there, don't expect to live long.
I'll keep that in mind. I'd like a little clarification here about you and Burke. I take it he outranks you.
Technically, yes. But this station is only part military stockade. And while he and his unit have 100% control over the detention camp, I have authority over the base.
So I don't need to worry that this is all just some creative attempt at mutiny.
Mutiny? You think I'd risk so much because... Listen close, Jensen. Burke is a sexist, chauvinist pig, and yes, he outranks me. He's also been in Bell Tower a lot longer than me, so he's got more connections, which he's used to undermine me at every turn. But that is not why you and I are standing here right now. People are getting hurt. Innocent people. And we have to find out why and expose it.
Exposure could destroy Bell Tower.
Bell Tower used to have honor. We do this right, it might again someday.
I want to help, Keitner, but you're asking me to take a lot of things on faith here. It might be easier if you can show me some hard proof.
Burke's got an office in the command center. It'll be locked, but 6325 will get you in.
And then?
There might be some files on his computer. If he hasn't changed it, his login is P. Burke, spelt with an E, and his password is Theogony313.
That's all I need to know.
Good. I'll upload to the security network from here, so get going. Alan Tyler will exist by the time you reach the prison security port. Just be careful, and try not to draw too much attention. What? What do you need, Jensen? Because this is going to take some time.
That's all I need to know.
Great. Then get out of here. And contact me when you're in the prison.
Quinn?
Yeah, that's me. Jensen, is it? You weren't followed, were you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I can believe that. They're having a hell of a time keeping up with you.
I intend on keeping it that way.
Well, you've certainly ruffled a few feathers higher up. It's not like they don't know you're here. Stowed away on the ship, I mean. It's only a matter of time before they bring the hammer down. Put a stop to your gallivanting on the base. I just hope I'm not near you when the iron's hot and you're on the anvil.
Look, Keitner said you can help me. Can you?
Yeah, she told me to be expecting you. I'm just glad you came as soon as you did instead of going off on your own. There's enough kegs of powder lying around here already without throwing another loose cannon in the mix. You know how much we're risking to keep you off the radar? We've only got so much pull around here. It's Burke's show, and he'll do as he bloody well pleases, which means stamping out any rats the moment he gets wind of them.
I'm grateful, but can we get on with it? I understand you run a nice little sideline in procurement.
Aye. From time to time you might say being inclined to do a little, how should we call it? Bartering. On the side. Since the commander signed off on it, I suppose I could open my stock to you. For a price, that is.
You mean I have to pay?
What? Of course you have to bloody well pay. I ain't exactly a fucking armory quartermaster down here. I'm just a civvy contractor trying to make ends meet. This ain't a bleeding charity.
Considering the circumstances.
Circumstances? What, that you're a fugitive and I'm risking my neck just talking to you? What are you trying to pull here? Although, I don't suppose you had anything to do with the stasis pod that was saved back on the ship.
How do you know about that?
Ah, so it was you, eh? Well, let's just say I have my sources and your little random act of kindness didn't go unnoticed. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount on me wares. Just No freebies or handouts. But now that I think of it, if you're looking for a little something for nothing and don't mind a little legwork, I've got an errand that could use running. Consider it a special offer of sorts. Interested?
It's obvious you're not a bell tower sympathizer. So if there's anything more you can do to increase my odds of getting off this base alive, I'd appreciate it.
Because I like you and because seeing you get your arse killed or captured would put a damper on me day, I'll open a special stock to you. It's normally reserved for another client, but as long as you're paying.
All right, tell me about this special offer.
Look, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but this base is packing some serious heat. Especially in the form of those walking brick shithouse boxcars. If you get me a few odds and ends, I might be able to whip up a little something to make getting around easier, if you catch my meaning.
What kind of something are we talking about here?
Nothing fancy. Just a 329 series MPRS.
A rocket launcher?
That's right, mate. And custom built. By yours truly, of course. You see, while I might be able to get my fingers on some low-level arms, I'm a little restricted when it comes to military-grade bells and whistles. I'm itching to try out a new trigger propulsion mix. Maybe even recalibrate the guidance system for some extra punch.
I like the sound of this.
Fucking right, you like the sound of this. It's the bollocks. Look, all you gotta do is find me some components. I'll do the rest. An earlier boat had a shipment of 329s, but I wasn't able to poach any of them before they made it to the armory. Luckily, little Sparrow in my employ managed to lose one through maintenance circulation, but he got himself shit canned before I could collect. Now my little bute's lying around the base somewhere in bloody pieces. The launcher, I mean, not the wee man. Though, no idea really happened to him.
Right, so, long story short, you need me to find the parts and bring them back to you.
Yeah, that about sums it up, I'd say. Just find me the trigger module, scope assembly, and launch a barrel, and we're in business. I can scrape up the rest from leftovers here in the shop.
I think I already found one.
Aye. Let me see what you got there. That's the 329's trigger module. Let me know when you find the other two.
What can you tell me about this base?
Nothing you don't know, probably. To the outside world, it's a Bell Tower Naval Logistics headquarters and supply point for their Pacific operations. Beneath the surface, though, it's much, much more.
How so?
Look, nothing personal, mate, but I prefer if the commander did most of the informing. As far as I'm concerned, the less I know, and more importantly, the less I say in this matter, the better off we all are.
What exactly do you do here, Quinn?
In a more civilized world, you might say I pass for the base's lead maintenance engineer. But if you look at it from Bell Tower's point of view, I might as well just be a glorified janitor. Pays good though, so, not complaining.
If the pay is good, why the underground market?
Well, why not? You see, civilian contractors operate under different jurisdiction when it comes to bringing outside goods into the base. So while the rank and file grunts can only order and receive essentials, toothpaste and the like, I, being the entrepreneurial chap that I am, from a more robust catalogue of goods and services. You know the sort. Smokes, beverages, and gentleman's literature.
How does this involve weapons?
Now, let me finish. As an enterprising fellow, I require an exchange of valuables for these slightly less than essential supplies, and often receive some very non-civilian contractor-regulated equipment in exchange, if you catch my drift. Now, normally, I launder my stock through a contact on the mainland, but a deal in Shanghai recently fell through, so lucky for you, I've got some excess inventory to move. Consider this whole arrangement a matter of fortunate timing.
And Keitner is okay with all of this?
Not exactly. You see, some time ago, the commander got wind of my little operation down here. But before she could throw me in the brig, I offered her something I knew she couldn't refuse. Information. I ain't bragging, but I'd managed to build myself quite a little network of sparrows and gophers. I'd known for a while that she'd been at odds with that prick Burke. In the end, I reached a rather simple mutual agreement. I keep her in the loop, and she keeps my neck out of the noose, so to speak.
Tell me about the commander, Keitner.
Lieutenant Commander, officially. But the grunts don't pay no mind to that. She's the commander as far as they're concerned. It's the Reds who stick to the formalities, you see. Because they're Burke's boys. The spooks. Special operations. You might say there's a bit of a division of loyalty among the troops.
Between Keitner's men and Burke's?
Aye. Since time immemorial, there's always been a rivalry of sorts between grunts and spooks. I always assumed it came down to ego. But it's different here. Probably because Burke's different.
What do you mean?
Well, for a start, the man might be a righteous prick, but he's got the respect of his men. And the higher-ups think he's a visionary based on some fancy tech he drummed up a few years back. In other words, the man's got a lot of influence and a lot of power, and, well, I don't think that old proverb needs repeating here. No money-back guarantee or warranty. You break it, you buy it. No refunds.
Access granted. Access granted. Access granted.
I've got something.
Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted.
Keitner, any reason Burke's got a spare retinal prosthesis lying around his office?
He just received it this evening from the Tai Young Medical Corporation. HQ had a custom set made especially for him, as a thanks for so many years of good service. Why?
He'll probably be real angry when he realizes it's missing. Jensen out.
What a night.
Access granted. Access granted. Access granted. Access granted.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
You've been detained for conspiring to commit a terrorist act. After processing, you will undergo a preliminary medical examination. At that point, I'm sure you will have the opportunity to raise your concerns.
Let me out! I'm terrorist! No! No! They just grabbed me off the street! You've got the wrong person!
We will determine if you are the right or wrong person. If you cooperate, things will go smoothly. If not, you'll be made to cooperate.
I'm not a terrorist! Please, this is wrong. You can't just hold me here. Please, I don't belong here. I've answered all your questions. Please, let me go.
Starting to think I can feel a breeze coming through the cracks.
Negative. I submitted a work order request, but no response yet. If they're talking it and Bert finds out, someone's ass is gonna be in a sling.
As long as we make sure we got ours covered. Cross the T's and dot the I's. I don't ever want to be in his crosshairs, especially about this.
Yeah, he's got a hard-on for this contingency plan of his. I don't mind telling you, I hope we never have to put it into effect.
I know what you mean. Then I think, would it be any worse for them than what we're already doing?
You can't keep us locked up!
Fucking hell. Bad enough they're being sliced up by multiple banks. He's got hard to people's jobs.
Let me out of here!
Jensen Portlow himself.
Access granted.
Jensen, I'm in your detention camp and uploading to the security mainframe now.
Copy that. Any problems?
Negative. I gotta say, though, this isn't exactly what I was picturing when you described it.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, you need to get inside the interrogation wing and find out what Burke is hiding. Contact me when you know. Keitner out.
你是谁？你和其他人不太一样。I haven't done anything. Why have you locked me up? I've done nothing wrong. You'll all pay for this. You can't do this! We have rights!
Access granted.
Being held here. Where are we?
I know you can hear me, you bastard!
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
I'll stay quiet, I promise. Just don't hurt me anymore.
Calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you.
You're not one of them? One of the scientists? Please, you've got to get me out of here. You've got to do something before they come back. I don't want to disappear like all the others.
It's okay. What's your name?
Nina Sullivan. I don't know why they're holding me in here. They just grabbed me off the street. I heard Cape Town was dangerous, but I thought with all the security around...
Cape Town? South Africa?
Isn't that where we are? I blacked out. They drugged me, I think. I was on vacation in Cape Town at the end of the summer. I was going to be starting senior year in the fall, and I wanted to have an adventure. My parents must be so worried.
I take it you're not a terrorist then?
No, I've never done anything wrong. Never demonstrated against anything or anything. But neither have most of the girls here. I'm not sure about the men, but please, can't you get me out of here?
I want to help you, but you've got to stay calm. Now, what did you mean by disappear like the others? What's been going on back here?
I don't know much. I've heard rumors and seen some things, and I know what they've done to me. Biopsies, blood samples, tissue cores, like I'm some sort of lab rat.
Is that why you're back here? Separated from the others?
This is where they study and examine us to see if we're compatible or something. I don't know what they want from us. Sometimes we're sent back to the cells. Those that aren't, some of the others think they let them go, but I think they're being sent somewhere else, another facility maybe, somewhere else inside this one.
Why? What makes you think that?
Because of the way they talk when they're with us. It's like they're looking for some kind of perfect gene match or something. I'm not a doctor. I don't understand it. I just don't want them touching me anymore.
Hold on. You said they were coming back? Who? Burke? Is he behind this?
I'm not sure. He comes around, but not that often. I know he gives the orders around here, but he doesn't seem all that interested in us beyond some psych tests and questioning. He mostly leaves us to the doctors or scientists or whatever they are.
Tell me about these scientists. Is one of them a woman named Reed?
I don't know. I mean, there is a woman, but her name is Kavanaugh, not Reed. I heard the guard call her that. She seems different. Like she doesn't like what they're doing to us. I can't help but think she's being forced to do these things. The others just treat us like animals. It's horrible. I just want to go home.
I know this is going to seem cruel, but I can't help you right now.
You're going to leave me here? You can't. You have no idea what it's like. Please.
I can't have you tagging along just yet, or walking the halls alerting the guards. Trust me, when I can get you out, I will. But your best bet is to stay put.
I'll alert them anyway. Burke and the two doctors were just here heading for the morgue. I'll tell them you're here. I will. Let me out or I'll tell them, I swear.
And then what? Do you really think they'll let you go? I'm still the best chance you've got, but you have to be patient.
Please. Don't go. You changed your mind. You'll let me out now? Please, they'll be back and I'll disappear like all the other women. Why are you doing this?
Dr. Gary Savage, observing Commander Peter Burke. The patient has been sedated and restrained.
Administering compound P-026, 1.75 cc's. Injection via the left suboccipital triangle, isolating the neocerebellum and pontine nuclei.
Well done, doctors. Appears that the spinal cranial replacement was successful.
She's been stable for 48 hours. Replacing the upper column and posterior skull is more complex than your own hindbrain augmentation, Commander Burke, but it's well within our abilities. That's not our sticking point.
I'm quite aware of what your sticking point is, Doctor. Getting results that I can use.
Gary, she's waking up. Look at the alpha waves. They're attenuating. Blood pressure and heart rate are rising. O2 saturation is really low.
Savage, get this under control.
Tiff, increase sedation and disconnect the OCM interface. Get a dose of propofol ready, see if she stabilizes.
It's not working, Gary. Damn it. There's a rupture in the circle of Willis. Anterior cerebral artery. Shit. I've got to get in there.
It's already too late, Tiffany. You know that.
Is it still alive?
No, we've lost her. I don't understand. She burned out so quickly. Arterial degeneration was clearly more advanced than anticipated, but still, the new compound should have worked.
Dispose of the body. I'll have the next viable candidate prepared and sent down to you, Dr. Kavanaugh.
Bastard.
Access granted.
So what did these ones die of, Savage?
Complete neurological breakdown from the looks of it. Organ collapse, nerve degradation.
Find him. There's been some trouble on the base. My man will take care of it. You were saying?
We may be looking at serious cross-systemic failure issues with the OCM.
It's those god-awful implants, Gary. The whole inhumane procedure. After a while, it just burns them out.
Has this been happening at the other sites?
We've experienced some die-off, yes,
But I've been told Dr. Reed's research may offer a breakthrough. If we could bring her back here...
That's not going to happen.
Then we need to start considering other options. A nanotech-based solution performed on willing volunteers.
And are you volunteering yourself, Doctor?
Tiffany, please. I need to look at the raw data, Commander. If you would.
I turned a blind eye to your little office romance, Savage. But if she becomes a problem, she will be volunteering.
Keitner, I found out what Burke's been concealing. The interrogation wing is some kind of medical testing facility. He's using the prisoners as lab rats.
For what?
Not sure. I'll need Burke's retinal scan data to find out.
I can't download that without setting off a million alarms. However, you still have that retinal prosthesis you stole from his office?
If you're suggesting I use it to fool a retinal scanner, it won't work. The eye synthetic tissue spike needs to be connected to a real optic nerve. Otherwise, it just reads as metal.
I know. That's why you need to take it to Quinn. I'll tell him to expect you. Keitner out.
For stage 1 therapy prior to...
Gary, have you seen this? Have you seen what's on this smart disk? He's gone mad!
Tiffany, slow down. What are you talking about? Where'd you get that?
I found it in the last shipment of materials we received. One of the boxes had been tampered with, blatantly. Someone was sending this to me, to us, to warn us about Commander Burke.
That sounds a little far-fetched, don't you think? I know the two of you have butted heads, but Bob's assured me that the commander is with us on this.
Really? So Mr. Page is okay with us using unwilling human test subjects, is he? What's his opinion on Bell Tower using the OCM to further their military aspirations? Ask him about this Hydra project.
Tiffany, calm down. I know all about the Hydra project. It's nothing nefarious. It's simply a means of allowing soldiers to communicate more efficiently when in the field. You've seen Burke's augmentation. It has nothing to do with the OCM.
So, you think his obsession with this technology is because he's an environmentalist? Gary, I know this bothers you too. Those poor women. We can't keep doing this. We can't just rush blindly ahead and let men like Burke pull our strings. Science has made that mistake before.
I know. All right. Let's go down below and contact Bob. We'll see what he has to say about this. I know he's intrigued by the nanotech possibilities. Certainly, he's disappointed with the results we've had.
You changed your mind.
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Hey, you don't belong here. Gee, how did you get out of the cell? There's nothing wrong. Please, call the embassy. They will vouch for me.
I am not a terrorist! You are the terrorist! Please, let me out of here!
This is a nightmare. I don't belong here.
Questions. Please, let me go! Why am I being held here? Where are we? You can't do that! I've done nothing wrong!
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Access granted. Access granted.
We'd all like to be in the middle of the action in Oz, but we're stuck here. It's better than policing civilians like Jonesy. I mean, isn't he stationed in China? Drag that must be.
I don't know. Anxious sounds like a fun time at least, especially Lower City. There's a hotel there, full service girls. You know what I mean?
Maybe you're right. Wouldn't have to deal with Burke and his asshats in the I don't envy Commander Keitner. He has to deal with his crap daily.
Keep it down. Jesus. I know we saw him go to the detention block, but who's to say he hasn't plugged the hall outside his office or something?
You're being paranoid. Besides, what would he do? Keitner still runs this base, and she has our backs. Who the hell? I think it came from a...
Just saw the Irishman down below. He says he'll have the new merchandise soon now that the ships are docked.
Finally. Hey, did you ever wonder about his setup? I mean, I know he's a civvy, but Bell Tower's pretty strict about military procedures. They gotta know about this guy.
Sure they know, but to them, he's like a pressure valve. Quinn gets us some of the things Bell Tower doesn't provide. Plus, he doesn't be sly, so...
We get to feel like we're getting away with something. Plus, we get some extra goodies.
Exactly. As long as it doesn't get out of control, they'll let the Mick run his little market.
Ah!